one person that was in here before, and he said that he's trying to retrain his eyes to be more sensitive to different colors. So when he watches TV or movies or anything, he makes it so that the screen is all black and white, and his brain just stops registering that it's black and white, and he can see the colors even though it's in black and white.
How does he do that? There's like a button you push and it goes to the menu on your TV and then it says color.
It's okay, that's good to know.
There's a button inside of your, stick something really far into your ear. You'll find it eventually.
I think maybe it has to do with the shades, like the tones, and your brain registers them as certain colors within the context. So like if you see a tree, you know, your brain is like, oh, it's a tree, so that shade looks green and that shade looks brown.
Yeah.
Where in a different context, it might not have looked green and brown to you.
I've always had the theory that, like, your blue is different than my blue. So, like, I see this as like a mustardy yellow, but what if your mustardy yellow is more like this color? How could we even prove that we're seeing the same colors? What if like, my green is like what you see as skin color?
That's what all of reality is based off of. You just have to build consensus. That's all you can do.
We're just trusting each other that we're seeing the same things. Whoa.
It's the ontology shanty. It's the morphing shanty.
Yeah, I know.
You just have to keep walking through the labyrinth.
Yeah.
Well, there is something to that. There was a old saga in Iceland, and they said that there was a young boy who could see what we would call polarized light. Now, why that was useful was the Vikings used to use calcite, and they would put it over their head, and they would look up, and if it was a cloudy day and it was clear overhead, they could tell where the sun was, so they could navigate across the ocean. And you find these in all the Viking burials, the little calcite. Yeah, it doubles up if you put it over a line, it doubles up the line. So it was a navigational thing, but they found this kid who could look up and could see polarized light. And then he could tell where the sun was if it was a cloudy day. And it was just one individual who could do this, but it had to do with something about their eyes, So yeah, there's variation between individuals as to how they actually see. Of course, I don't see very good, but I was like that. I met a guy that was 92 years old, and he said, I've got 20/20 vision. And he had started out life, and he couldn't do depth perception tests, so his vision got
better.
His eyes got better.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
And the doctor said he was the only guy he's ever met. His eye doctor said he was the only guy he ever met who was in his 90s who had 20/20 vision.
Wow.
So
That's amazing. I heard that when you get LASIK, it ruins your eye's ability to have that corrective function, to heal itself. Some people who wear glasses, their eyes can get better, what you were saying, as they get older. But when you get LASIK, you destroy the ability for that to happen.
I'm not getting LASIK then.
Yeah,
well,
so your eyes can get worse.
if you reach 45, almost everybody has the same experience, which is one day you kind of wake up and it's like, I can't see anything close.
Huh.
And that's why people get bifocals. And almost everybody gets it about age 45.
Whoa.
They don't tell you that, but it'll happen to you. I mean, for most people. So.
Maybe it won't.
Yeah, maybe you'll get better and better and better.
Eyes.
Like that 92-year-old.
Yeah.
Well, these are all got stories associated with them?
They're meant to evoke stories from you guys.
Once I was walking on this really nice beach, and there was this teepee made out of just driftwood, and it was really cool.
There was what?
A teepee made out of driftwood.
Oh, where was it?
It was up at Lake of the Woods, up on the Canadian border.
I hear that's like one of the biggest lakes ever.
It's 88 miles across and 50 miles wide. And the Native Americans used to farm on this island in it, and they would just, but then when people came over, they like flooded the lake. So now, then the Native Americans lost their farming island.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's a really pretty lake, and in the morning it's really clear, and it looks like the world ends because it's like it reflects the sky, so it just goes around.
Yeah.
Whoa.
What's the name of the lake?
Lake of the Woods.
Oh,
It's right on the border, isn't
Yeah,
it?
you have to
Where that
drive
teepee
all
or
the
the
way up.
chimney is. The
It's
chimney.
in the northwestern angle.
The chimney?
Yeah,
of
the
Minnesota.
That little top hat
never
part
heard
of
of that.
Minnesota.
You know, Minnesota
It's
when
so
you get
beautiful.
that little.
Oh, that!
I
Yeah.
thought you meant there
I
was
didn't
an
know-
actual chimney.
I know. I didn't know. I didn't know we called it
Minnesota's got a
the
chimney.
Minnesota chimney. I don't get it.
Oh my gosh! Oh, that's so cool.
now do you know about Spirit Island on Mille Lacs?
Oh.
Well, there's an island out in Mille Lacs which is called Spirit Island, and when the barometric pressure changes, it looks like it moves around the lake, and the island does, and so that's part of why they call it Spirit Island. So then,
What's the barometric pressure?
the
You say
air,
barometric?
barometric. It's
so
where
it's like
the
there's a high pressure or
like
low
that.
pressure.
yeah, exactly.
That's why it's moving.
Sometimes people. I think that the pressure like affects people's moods.
So what is it?
Yeah,
Can you hand me my water bottle?
it's how deep
Barometric
the
after a 6-pack of barometrics, then the island seems to move.
Wait, I'm gonna go look. What is the barometric pressure?
well, it's the amount of the air above you. So sometimes it's a lot of air, and then sometimes it's a little bit of air. So it changes, and you have barometers. That's what a barometer measures. So that tells you what the weather's going to be.
Yeah, that's like sometimes the barometric pressure in places affects the sun. So when the sun sets, it looks like there's two suns, and it'll look like it's right here, and then it'll just be gone.
Yeah.
Okay, I've heard of that. I mean, I've seen pictures.
Well, the lake is, or this island is a bunch of boulders, and so the boulders are unsteady because in the winter like this, the ice pushes them around. So it's dangerous to go out there. It was the first bird sanctuary in the United States. So if you ask a Dakota, we would swear to tell the truth and put your hand on a Bible. They would swear to tell the truth by the sticks and the stones. And what they meant by that is if you tell a lie, then you'll be killed by either a tree falls on you later or a boulder will fall on you later. Well, the Dakota live like out in the prairie. So where did this all come from? Well, it came from, they used to live up on Mille Lacs. And so this island, you could get killed. You went out there to catch bird eggs, and then if the boulder moved, it would get you. So that's where it all originated from. So Spirit Island gave its name to Spirit Lake, which is, we call it Mille Lacs. And then it had Spirit River, which ran down into the Mississippi through Anoka. And because the people that showed up didn't know about spirits, they said, well, the only spirits we know is rum. So they call it the Rum River.
Oh, that's a good
Wait,
story,
really?
man.
That's how they got the name.
Is that real?
Don't you
Oh my
believe
gosh. I do believe you. Are you pulling my leg?
me? No, I'm not. That's actually true. So, yeah, the explorers, what do you mean spirits? Oh, we'll call it the Rum River.
Why do we call it Mille Lacs?
Well, that's, I think, French. It just means, I forget what it is, Big Lake or something? Thousand Lakes, yeah.
But where did it, who named it that?
Well, Radisson was the first person to discover Minnesota. In Pierre Esprit Radisson, the Radisson hotels are named after it. So he comes across, and he wrote it all up. So he goes and he sees Mille Lacs, and it is so bright with the sun coming off the lake that he gets like a snow blindness from it. And he writes about all of it. It was very interesting because he said he came through Wisconsin, there was no food in the wintertime. So he had to eat a dog. He had to kill a dog and everything. So there wasn't a lot of food back then. But you're talking like 1620 or 1640 or something. So And of course, White Bear, you know about White Bear Lake,
No.
right? Are you from White Bear Lake?
No.
Well, Manitou Island, Manitou is a spirit island.
Okay.
So Manitou means spirit. So there's all these stories about the white bear, but you know, it's not a polar bear. Like if you drive around White Bear Lake or you go to Polar Shove, it's a polar bear. A white animal is like a spirit animal. So like a white buffalo would be considered a spiritual animal. So when a white buffalo was born, all the native people say, wow, you know, there was a spirit animal
Well,
built.
they do offerings too. I mean, it's a big deal. They bring offerings.
Yeah, yeah. So white bear would have been probably like an albino or a whitish bear, and that's why that's where the name comes from. It has nothing to do with polar bears.
Yeah, I've seen polar bears all over everybody's yards and stuff when I was driving here.
Yeah, they kind of get it mixed up. I mean,
That's
modern
fascinating.
people. So
The spirit thing reminded me that there's this kid in India who's kind of deformed, so his face kind of looks like an elephant. But the community he lives in thinks that he's a reborn God, so they worship him. So,
well,
there's-
yeah, it used to be people that were born with 6 fingers were considered the spiritual leaders, so they would be the shamans. If you were born with a 6,
That happened.
well, if you look at the Amish, you know the Amish people.
Yeah.
Well, they come from a specific area in Europe, and so statistically, they get born more than normal populations with 6 fingers. And but if you're born as a Native American with 6 fingers, they make you the shaman because they assume you see 6 fingers if you go into a vision or trance. That's one of the common. You see 6 toes or you see 6 fingers on your hand. You put your hand out. So. But there are people that are born with 6 fingers. So.
Cool.
Anyway, those are stories, I guess.
Those are amazing stories. Thank you.
I got a million of them. neat shanty though.
Thank you.
Nice and warm in here.
It's Census Station 2.